Shmuel, I can't hear you. Is that just me?
No, I can't hear him either.
Oh wait, hold on. Maybe it's like the computer. Not hearing anything. Turn up volume.
It's good now. It's good now. It's good now.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Wartime Zustag, Reish Lamed. Here, 230. We saw a machlokas about how we're learning this Mishnah. We'll start off again just by seeing the Mishnah. It's short. Beishamai omrim ein molichin es asula mishuvach l'shuvach aval matehu. Beishamai says that you cannot transport a ladder from dovecote to dovecote, but you can lean it a little bit. And Beis Hillel matir. Beis Hillel says it's mutter. Now, Amar of Chanan bar Ami, there are two dayas. Can I have one of those pencils or something? There are two dayas. The first daya, Rav Chanan bar Ami, says the machlokas is in Rishos Harabim. That Beis Shammai holds, like, oh, it's going to be Morris Ayin. You're going to think that you're coming to carry your regular, you're coming to cement the roof. And Beis Hillel says, no, Shovcho Mochiach Alav, the Shovach, the dovecote, or the fact that it's a ladder of a dovecote is not just some random ladder, so that it's not a problem. But the machlokas is in Rishus Harabim. Aval b'Rishus Hayachid, but in Rishus Hayachid, Divrei Hakol Mutter. Everyone says, Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel both say Mutter. In Rishus Hayachid. Ain't he really? But wait, don't we have this Amar of Yehuda Amarav that says that everywhere where the Chachamim said that it's usher because of Morris Ha'ayin, it's usher because of what people might think. Afilu b'chedrei chadarim usher, even in the room of rooms, it's usher. Answers the Gemara Tanaihi, it's Machlokas Tanayim, and we see this Gemara over here that's a Machlokas Tanayim. There is an opinion that says Shotchim b'chama. If you have wet clothing, lay them out in the they got wet, lay them out in the sun. Aval lo keneged ha'am. In private you can do such a thing. Rishus Hayachid, but not Rishus Harabim. Not in public. And Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Shimon, two Tanaim, they say it's usher, meaning even in private it's usher to do that because it looks like you're doing laundry. Ikid Amri, another opinion, way to learn, Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav Chanan bar Ami. There are two ways to learn this, Rav Chanan bar Ami, and this is going to be, which Rav Chanan bar Ami do we go with? That the machlokas is even in Rishus Hayachid, that Beis Shammai, he has the svara of Rav Yehuda Amarav, and Beis Hillel doesn't have the svara. So Beis Hillel doesn't hold of Rav Yehuda Amarav. So say the machlokas is in Rishus Hayachid, and Aval Rishus Harabim Divrei Hakol Aser. But in Rishus Harabim, even Beis Hillel would say that it's Aser, because Beis Hillel, he lets you do it in private because he doesn't. The rabbis say it's us to do it in public always. Everyone says it's us to do it in public, according to the second opinion. But Beis Shammai holds of this Amar Rav Yehuda Amarav, and Beis Hillel doesn't hold of Amar Rav Yehuda Amarav. So those are the two possible opinions. We saw the Rif. We open up to the Rif. We saw the Rif. He was very, very simple. He just says, Amar Rav Yehuda Medar Ruvasum. So Shuvach tells us to be the Shuvach. Basum Shaliyah. Divrei Hakol Aser. The Ran points out that there are two Lashonos of Rav Chanan bar Ami. There are two opinions in this Rav Chanan bar Ami, right? One is that the Machlokas in the Mishnah is in Rishus Harabim, but in Rishus Hayachid everyone says it's mutter. Or the machlokas is in Rishus Hayachid, but in Rishus Harabim everyone says it's aser. Those are the two options. The two opinions of Rav Chanan Bar Ami, the two girsas. So it says, and the second girsa, the second lishna, Amar Hachi, it says like this: that the machlokas is in Rishus Hayachid. The Beis Shammai he holds of Rav Yehuda Amarav, that he says everywhere that the Chachamim says because Morris Ayin, someone's going to see you, that even in the room of rooms is Aser. But no, it doesn't hold of it. But in Rishus Rabbim, everyone says it's Aser, and the Rif doesn't bring that at all. Because he holds of Rav Yehuda Amarav. So the Rif can't have a situation where Beis Hillel doesn't hold of Rav Yehuda Amarav. In the second case, in the Lishna Basra, Rav Yehuda Amarav would only be according to Beis Shammai, not according to Beis Hillel. They say it's Machlokas Tanaim, and Machlokas Tanaim would also be Beis Hillel, Beis Shammai. And the Rif can't have that because the Rif Paskin in Shabbos, Simin Tav Kuf Nun Beis, if you want to look up the Rif in Shabbos, that we hold the Rabbi Yehuda Amarav. So therefore, he has to say that even in Rosh Hashanah, the Machlokas, that Beis Hillel says is mutter, is permissible, Rosh Hashanah, because it would be Azar, because he couldn't have a case where Beis Hillel wasn't saying like Rabbi Yehuda Amarav. That Beis Hillel wasn't saying, that Beis Hillel didn't hold of that svara, that everything that the Chachamim says don't do because of Morris Ayin, you shouldn't do even in your room of rooms. Brings the Ran, brings Rabbeinu Nisim, the Rishon, or Rabbeinu Nisim, a Gaon. And he says, he writes like this, he says he doesn't hold of Rav. So that's the second opinion. Oh, Rebbetzin, is there any chance we have a notebook I can write on? Oh, is it possible to do it through Zoom? That I can make a
whiteboard.
A whiteboard? Host tools?
Yeah.
It's not share screen, not chat, not rename
Whiteboard
themselves.
might just be on the bottom part of the screen, not in the.
Whiteboard, eh?
Not on the website.
Oh, unable to load the whiteboard.
Well, are you on Zoom app?
Can't read this page. Oh, my dad's whiteboard. Add a sticky note. Oh, okay. So now I can just use this.
I think so.
All right. Shkayach. David still give us yad dishmaya. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Abba. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Tati. All right. So we have this machlokas. I don't know. Dad, oh, that's testing. Okay, but I can't write in it, I don't think. Can I? Wait, I think I can. I can, it's good. What happened to it? And it's gone?
I got rid of it because I thought maybe you needed to
No,
start
no.
it yourself.
It was
You want to
Gavaldig.
put it
No,
in?
please. Yes.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Shmuel, if you're in the app and you just scroll to the right on the bottom, you'll see something that says
Agree.
whiteboard.
Makura. Scroll on the bottom. Whiteboard,
Like,
got it. I see it.
yeah.
New whiteboard.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't show again. Get out of here.
Technical master.
No, Stagida. Okay, so I hope that this all these pop-ups. I hope that this works. Okay, I hope that this is helpful. We have Beis Shammai and we have Beis Hillel, and the argument is what's the din? What's the din by the Sulam? Okay, so we have these. What's the argument, right? What's the argument? Beis Shammai, Beis Hillel. Are they arguing? Oh, you're saying good. Shkaya. Wait, following paused. You join. Following David. I don't know what's going on.
I'm here.
You know.
You can continue.
Okay. It just things are popping up. Okay. So we have two opinions of Rav Chanan Barami. Rav Chanan bar Ami. Rav Chanan bar Ami. And the machlokas, the two opinions of Rav Chanan bar Avi is that the machlokas is in Rishus Harabim, right? The machlokas is in Rishus Harabim, but if the machlokas is in public property, that would mean that in Rishus HaYachid, everyone would say it's mutter, right? And Rishus HaYachid, or is the machlokas Rishus HaYachid? So the Rif says, or the Ran says in the Rif that they have to learn that the machlokas is in Rishus Harabim, and in Rishus that even Beis Hillel says that in Rishus Harabim, Beis Hillel says that it is mutter, because the other way, the other side, the Rishus HaYachid machlokas would mean that Beis Hillel would have to not paskin like Rav Yehuda Amarav, which the Rif paskins like anyways on Shabbos, in Masechah Shabbos, okay? Comes the, so we have our Rif, right? We have our Rif. Oh, I could actually use a mouse next time, and it would be l'chayra easier. Okay, we have Shalom Aleichem, Rabbi H.
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem. So we're doing London's. We got a whiteboard. So the Rif says the machlokas Beis Shammai Beis Hillel has to be that the machlokas is in Rishus Harabim, right? The machlokas is in Rishus Harabim, because if the machlokas is in Rishus HaYachid, then the Rif it would have to be that we don't paskin like Rav Yehuda Amarav, who says everything that the Chachamim say don't do in public because of Morris Ayin, don't do in private either. That would mean that, and then Beis Hillel is arguing on that thing, and that he says mutter in Rishus HaYachid, Rishus Harabim, everyone says aser. So says the Ran that the Rif holds that the machlokas is in Rishus Harabim, but in Rishus HaYachid, even Beis Shammai would say it's mutter. But we have a Rav Nisim Gon, right? And the Rav Nisim Gon says the Leisa the Rav. We actually don't hold of Rav. Why? Mishum de Ashkechan Kama Masnisin de Pligiela. We have a few cases of the Gemara that seem to show clearly that we don't hold like Rav Yehuda Amarav. And so they bring this Gemara, right? In Chulin, Mem Alvam and Aleph. Hashocher Adam, the Shocher Adam beguma bechatzera uveshuglo yaseken. You can shecht in the hole in your house, in your outside, chatzer, in your courtyard or backyard, but don't do it in public because of the shuk, right? We water. Oh, yeah. So he brings another few cases. We talked about them last time, but one case we even saw tonight, right? About spreading outside, spreading your wet clothing outside. Don't do it kineged ha'am. Don't do it in public, but in private you can do it. And Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Shimon hold like this. So says the Ran, no, we're gonna hold that the machlokas is in Rishus HaYachid. This is not the Ran, by the way. This is the Rabbeinu. I don't want to write all this, but I'll do it because I want to show kavod to Rabbeinu Nisim Gon. So we have the Rif who says that the machlokas is in Rishus Harabim. We have the Ran, the Rabbeinu Nisim Gon, who says the machlokas is in Rishus HaYachid. And then we don't even hold of Rav Yehuda Amarav. Let's see what the Rambam does. Let's see. Oh, let me make this full screen even. Now we have a little bit more room. Okay. Okay, so we're going to see the Rambam. Remember we saw the Rambam at the very end over there? Let's see the Rambam again. So the Rambam was in what? Hilchos Yantiv, Perik Hey, Halacha Dalit or something? I don't know. Let's see. Rambam, Perik Hey, Halacha Dalit, Hilchos Yantiv says Azoy. Ein molichin as a sulam shel shuvach mishuvach. So first of all, like everyone's posketing that we're not talking about a liggity-loosey ladder. We're talking about a dovecote ladder specifically. That's why it's not a problem of people thinking you're going to put cement on your roof, because everyone knows, oh, that's a dovecote ladder. He's definitely just going to get some pigeons for dinner for Yantif. Ein molichin as a sulam shel shuvach mishuvach l'shuvach versus Rambam. What? You can't do it in Rosh Hashanah, says the Rambam. Huh. So does the Rambam paskin like Rabbeinu Nizim going over here? Let's see. He says don't do it in Rosh Hashanah because it's a problem. Even though it's a special dovecote ladder, Shema Yomru l'takein gago hu molicho. They're still, maybe they're going to say, oh, he's going to schlep it because he's going to fix his roof. Aval b'Rosh Hashanah molicho. But in Rosh Hashanah, you can carry it. So far it seems like he's going just like the Rabbeinu Nisim going, right? Everything is good. Going like, oh, but Rosh Hashanah, you can do it. Oh, I guess we don't hold the Rav Yehuda Amarav, huh? Because he's saying, Hillel says you can't do it in public, but you can do it in private. So I guess the Rambam doesn't hold of that svara. Let's just see the end of the Rambam. Let's just see what it says. Afal pi, even though Rambam was bevorning that exact conclusion that I was just making. Even though we do hold of Amarav Yehuda Amarav, Kan hetiru mipnei simchas yantif. For here, there's an idiot of simchas yantif, and so we didn't apply Rav Yehuda Amarav's principle. So the Rambam is a third opinion, right? On the one hand, the Rambam, he posgins that the machlokas is even in Rosh Hashanah. Sorry. He does it. He holds the machlokas in Rosh Hashanah. He says the machlokas is only Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah, everyone says is aser. Rosh Hashanah is mutter. So wait. So now we have Rabbeinu Nisim going in Rosh Hashanah, and we have the Rambam also saying in Rosh Hashanah. But there's a machlokas, Rabbeinu Nisim and the Rambam. How am I going to express this on the chalkboard? So first of all, before I figure this out internally, do you guys understand the mahalach, the lumdis, the machlokas? Or should we go over it again?
I think one more time.
Okay. Amazing. Okay, so we have three opinions here, right? We have the machlokas Beis Shammai, Beis Hillel about the ladder. Right? You see this ladder over here, Har? See this cute little ladder? So
Yeah, you're a great artist.
Oh, Shkaya takes one to know one. I've seen your pictures. They're great. Okay, Zog the Gemara. Machlokas B'Shai Beis Hillel, Mishnah, right? And then in the Gemara, right? So this is actually very cool because why is that being written? Okay, Avishter. So this is in the Mishnah, right? And this is very beautiful to see. This is in the Mishnah. Oh, am I gonna make that thing into a hey, betcha? Okay, that's the Mishnah, right? And then under the Mishnah is the machlokas of Chanan, the two opinions of Chanan bar Ami. Right? The two opinions of Chanan bar Ami of how we understand the Mishnah. Reviewed. Tagit shalom l'shiur. Shalom Shior. Ani Kotev. Shalom Shior. Kol hakavod lecha, achi. So we have the Mishnah, we have the Gemara, and then we have the two opinions. How we're going to understand the machlokas b'shai b'zil? Are they arguing in Rosh Hashanah Rabin, but Rosh Hashanah Yachid everyone says mutter, or are they arguing in Rosh Hashanah Yachid, but Rosh Hashanah Rabin everyone says aser? The Rif says, well, I hold of this principle of Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, that everything the Chachamim says is usher in public because of what people might think you're doing at a malacha. So don't even do that in private. And so he says, therefore, I have to say that it's not that Beis Hillel is saying machlokas that he holds his mutter in Rosh Hashanah Yachid, but usher in Rosh Hashanah Rabin, because that would mean that he doesn't hold of Rav Yehuda Amar Rav. So the Rif says it has to be like the opinion in the Gemara, the opinion of Rav Chanan Bar Ami, the opinion of Rav Chanan Bar Ami, that the machlokas is in Rosh Hashanah Yachid, and Rosh Hashanah Rabin, but in Rosh Hashanah Yachid, everyone says it's mutter. That's the only way that the Rif could think how to explain it, how the Rif can explain it. Rabbeinu Nisim Gon, okay, Rabbeinu Nisim Gon, he says, no, we don't hold like Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, because we have a bunch of Gemaras that slug it up. And the Ran explains and answers up those Gemaras for the Rif. But that's the Machlokas. The Rif says we hold of Rabbeinu of Rav Yehuda Amar Rav. And the Ran, the Rabbeinu Nisim Gon, says we don't hold of Rav Yehuda Amar Rav. The Rambam comes here and really brings a kind of a synthesis shita. Maybe I should have written the Rambam down here. Rambam. Maybe I should have written the Rambam down here between those two, because he holds of Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, like the Rif, but he thinks that the machlokas is in Rosh Hashanah Yachid, like Rabbeinu Nisim Gon. So that was our machlokas, three-way machlokas Rishonim that we saw 2 days in the Gemara, machlokas Tanaim, on the machlokas Tanaim. What do you guys think?
It's good, good.
Good, Givaldi, all right. I hope that it was clear. We're going to see another Rishon. Well, we gotta. Who do we gotta see? Who we gotta see? Well, last time when we were learning the Rambam, it was just the Rambam in the back of the Gemara, so we couldn't really see the Nosei Kalim and the Mefarshim on the Rambam. But now we're learning with the real Rambam. And we have a Heilig Ravid. Ein Molichin has a shula about this ladder thing. Let's see what the Ravid says here. Because of a Ravid Zal. Now, usually the Ravid, he starts with a good Amar Avram. But here he says, because of a Ravid Zal. I don't know, like says the Ravid Zal. So like he didn't write that. Someone else wrote that. This is his thing. I don't know why it doesn't say Avram. But he says like this. Who Amar Davar Zeh? The Rambam says this. Aval HaGemara. But the Gemara lo Amra Kain. The Gemara doesn't say this. Basically, get out of here, Rambam. What are you talking about? The Rambam says this, but the Gemara doesn't say this. It's a good opinion, Rambam. But, it's not what the Gemara says. V'lo cholka b'davar ela ha'emida kitanai. The Gemara didn't differentiate here. Didn't make a chelik. It just said it's a machlokas tanaim about what about Rav Yehuda Amar Rav. He said it tonight. We don't know. Right? The Gemara doesn't say that we paskin like, right? Maybe the Rav is arguing that the Rambam over here says kol makom, aval pisha kol makom, all places. So the Rambam is paskening like that. Even though that's what we paskin, but here for simple it's different. Says the Rav like the Rabbeinu Nisim Gon, that no, it's actually a machlokas Tanayim. Rav Chanan bar Ami Ketana Kama. So Rav Chanan Ka'ami bar Ami, there are two opinions. Is it the machlokas, right? The Tanakama, which is the Rosh Hashanah, or is it the Tana Basra, the Lishna Basra, that it's the Rosh Hashanah? And we're back.
And we're back. What's
And
going
we're
on?
back. We're at
We're like-
Zugzag 2:30 because of the soldiers and the captives. Now, Schligs, do you see the chalkboard?
Yeah, I'm like trying to understand what's going on right now.
This is the showed him. So we're really breaking apart a sugya.
Cool.
So here's what we're doing. We saw the Mishnah, Machlokas Beis Shammai Beis Hillel, right? About the ladder. He said there's two. The Gemara said there's two ways to understand their argument. Can you carry the ladder? Beis Shammai says you can only lean it. Beis Hillel says you can even carry it. Is Beis Hillel and Beis Shammai arguing? Can you do it in Rosh Hashanah in public? But in Rosh Hashanah, everyone would say that it's mutter. Or is the machlokas in Rosh Hashanah, but in Rosh Hashanah, everyone would say it's usher. Says the Rif, it can't be that the argument is in Rosh Hashanah, because that would mean that Hillel would have the opinion that you can do it in Rosh Hashanah, but you can't do it in Rosh Hashanah because of Morris Ayin. What would someone think? And so that, but wait a second, the Rif holds of the statement of Rav Yehuda Marav that everything the Chachamim says, you can't do it in public because of what would someone think, Morris Ayin, Uncle Morris. So also in public. So also in private, you shouldn't be able to do. So therefore, the Rif says, I'm paskening like that the machlokas is in Rosh Hashanah. Okay, that's the Rif's opinion. It's a good one.
Nice.
The Ran brings a second opinion, Rabbeinu Nisim Gon. He says, what are you talking about? We see that opinion of Rav Yehuda Marav gets slugged up by Mishnahs. Mishnahs slugging up right and left. For example, what the Mishnah that we saw, that, if your stuff gets wet, you lay it out in the sun, but don't do it keneged ham, don't do it in private, don't do it in public, only do it in private, because someone might think you're doing laundry. So we see the Mishnah slugs up Rav Yehuda Marav. And so I can say that the machlokas, says Rabbeinu Nisim Gon, the machlokas is in Rosh Hashanah. Rabbi Beis Hillel says do it in private. Beis Shammai says even in private you can't do it, but everyone holds in public you can't do it. That's the opinion of Rabbeinu Nisim Gon. Comes the Rambam and says the machlokas is in Rosh Hashanah. Everyone says Rosh Hashanah Aser, but. So then, well, wait a second. Is he going to pass? He says no, but he says he beforehand. He says, but I do hold of Rav Yehuda Marav that everything the Chachamim said don't do in public. You shouldn't do it in private even. So how can over here? How could it be different? How could Beis Hillel Baskin that? How could Beis Hillel Baskin is different? How could Beis Hillel say that you're allowed to do it in private but not in public? And says the Rambam, Kan itiru misho mipnei simchas yantif. Simchas yantif is different. So we see that the Rambam is really like a synthesis between the shittas of Rabbeinu Nisim Gon and the Rif. He holds Rish the Machlokas in Rosh Hashanah, but he does hold of Rav Yehuda Marav. He holds of this far of Rav Yehuda Marav. And when you came into Shir, we were just in the middle of seeing the Ravid saying to the Rambam, "What are you talking about? It's not so clear." The Ravid says to the Rambam, "Oh, the Rambam says this, but who doesn't say this? Gemara." That's what he says. He says, "Who Omer davar zeh?" The Rambam says, "Gemara lo Amra Kain." The Gemara doesn't say this. It's not clear if we positively Rav Yehuda Marav. It's the first one that the maflig bein Rosh Hashanah l'Rosh Hashanah. That the first opinion, the first lishna, I want to say in the Gemara, that he says that the machlokas is only in Rosh Hashanah, but Rosh Hashanah everyone says mutter. V'Rav Amar K'Rabbi Eliezer, V'Rabbi Shimon, Delo Miflig. The Beis Hillel Tisharu B'Tarvayu Sharu. Beis Hillel says they're both permissible. So there's another Indian here, a Nikuda in this sugya, that Rav says like Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Shimon. Because if in that machlokas, by spreading out the wet clothing, right? The lo maflik, and so it's machlokas tanaim, and so the Ravid seems to argue on the Rambam, and so he's probably. So who would he be saying like Rabbi? He's arguing on the Rambam. Would he be saying like the Ran? Or would he be saying like the Rif in such a case? What's his argument? His argument is that it's a machlukas tanaim. It seems that he's saying like the Rif, right? Because he says sharu b'tarvayu, which would mean that Beis Hillel would say it's permissible to carry the ladder in public or in private, which would mean the machlokas is in Rishus Harabim, but in Rishus HaYachid they both hold that it's okay. Okay. So now, I mean, tomorrow, Amir Tashem, the Eibishter will be chaynein us to do shir again, Amir Tashem. Today, like, this is such a beautiful sugya of Iyud, and we have this amazing notes. I want to see how the Shulchan Aruch paskins. This is in Yoredeya Shin Chav Gimel Seif Aleph. So we open up to Yoredeya Shin Chav Gimel. We take the opportunity. You have Shulchan Aruch and Shulchan Aruch Yoredeya Reish. What did he say it was? Reish something. Yoredeya Reish Chav Aleph. Reish Chav Gimel. Nice. So we're in Yoredeya, opening up a Shulchan Aruch. Very exciting. Yoredeya Shin Chav Gimel Sif Aleph. Shin Chav Gimel Sif Aleph. I want to say a Shechianu. I'm so excited about this. All right. Shin Chav Gimel Sif Aleph. I didn't say Shechianu because we did a bracha ulevatala l'chayra, because is this in your day over here? Gimel, I got confused, you guys. Hilchos Torah Chaim Tav Kuv Yud Ches. Okay, I don't want to waste any more time. Not waste, but like let's see the Shulchan Aruch in the back here. In the meantime, can Arevitzin please get us an Or Chaim in the Shulchan Aruch from over there? Or Chaim, and I wish I had my Torah to me, but we gotta go to Racham ASAP. My Aruch Shulchan, I mean, but first Shulchan Aruch, anyways. Or Chaim Tav Kuv Yud Ches. Okay, Tav Kuv Yud Ches. Sif Aleph. Okay, I found the Shulchan Aruch in the back of this Gemara. It says like this: Mitoch shehutra hotza litzorech achila hudra shelo litzorech. Wait a second. Let me just. Sif Dalet. I was reading Sif Aleph. Okay. Mutter l'dato sulam shel shuvach mishuvach l'shuvach afilu b'rishus harabim. Aval sulam she'aliyah asur b'tilto. So comes the Shulchan Aruch and says even in Rishus Harabim. So by the way, we saw that the Ravid also l'chora held like this. So let me just write that in. Bad. We did not yet see how the Rosh paskins, but we saw that the Shulchan Aruch comes and paskins like the Rif and the Ravid. right? Because he says even in Rosh Hashanah is mutter. So we're seeing, and by the way, now we just got to Achronim. Achronim, one of the first Achronim, the Shulchan Aruch, one of the first Jewish Sfarim after Gemara that was published with the printing press in Sfas, Yerakaidesh. So we have Mishnah, Gemara, Rishayim, Achrayim. We saw all of them today. Do we have?
I don't, what was the number?
Tav Kuf, Yud Daled, Sif Daled. But before we go and see the Shulchan Aruch, we have one more Yid that we got to see, and that's a Yid named the Rush.
Shmuel, I
Yes.
just want to let you know you have 7 minutes left, and you might need to be the one to end share because I don't have any hosting privileges.
Oh, so you're saying Shir today is gonna go a little late. All right, I'm kidding. But now definitely. But okay, so and it might just shut off immediately, so no more time to waste. But thank you for the Hasra. Okay, so in the rush, we're in the rush. All right. Beishamai Omrim. We got a nice short rush here because I think he's gonna go like the riff, which would explain why the Shulchan Aruch was like the riff. Kaf Kov Yod Ches. Okay, says the Eilu Garash. Beishamai Omrim. Ein Molichin Ezul Shubach Shubach Olam Atem Michal Necholom Bezel Matirin. Beishamai. Okay, that's the whole thing. Gemara. Trelish Neiki Gemara Livid Rav Chana Bar Ami. He says there are two opinions of the Gemara according to Rav Chana Bar Ami. Lechadlish na modim bezilel. The Bereshus Harabim aser. Lechadlish na sharu bezilel. Afilu Bereshus Harabim. So in one opinion of the Gemara, the Machlok is the Bereshus Harabim. One opinion, the Machlok is the Bereshus Hayachid. Okay. Pasgu a Geonim Zal. Whoa, he's calling it Geonim Zal. Talking about Rabbeinu Nisim. The Birabanan Avdinan Lekula. So the Geonim over here, they say, listen, when we're going Dirabanan with Muksha, so we'll go Lekula. Vilekach Lo Hevi Rav Alfas. Therefore, the Rif didn't bring it. Ella Mishnah Kitsuras. They brought the Mishnah as it was. Mishvum the Sphere Lake Bezil Matir Mikomakum, because the old Bezil is Matir even in Rishos HaYachid. The rush is going to go a little weiter. You couldn't find it. It's okay.
That's
Tav Kuf Yudala. Tav Kuf Yud Ches. It's this one only goes to Tav Tzadi Daled. It only goes to Tav Tzadi Daled. Okay, don't worry, it's okay. We're gonna see a little bit of the rush. This is the wrong book. All right, it's okay. It's okay. It's our first time going to Shulchan Aruch. So it says Tanya. It says in Brisa, Amar Rabbi Yehuda, Mezor Amurim Shel Shuvach, Aval Shulam Shel Aliyah Divrei Kol Azer. Okay, that's even. I mean, it's in our sugya, but not completely. Do you have the later Orach Chaim? Tav Kuf is perfect. Tav Kuf Yud Ches. So it's not clear that the rush holds like the riff here, but he does bring down, like, explain the riff shita. So it could be that the Shulchan Aruch says, listen, the rush is explaining the riff shita. He's not arguing on it. I'm going to paskin like the riff and the rush and the Ravid, you know, and that's the pshat in why the Shulchan Aruch comes out to that. But let's see the Shulchan Aruch inside to end share. I don't know what time it is. But guys, see the Shulchan Aruch inside. It might just go off in the middle of my talking. But okay. Daled. Mutul Tal Sulam. Shel Shuvach Mishuvach Shuvach Abib Rab Aval Sulam Shel Aliyah Aser B'Dilto. Okay. So we pass is like the riff, like the rivet, like maybe the rush. I'm gonna put the rush in parentheses. Okay. We're gonna see Magen Avram because we're very happy to be here in the Shulchan Aruch. Zok the Magen Avram. So first of all, he paskins afilu b'rishus harabim. Paskins the Shulchan Aruch. Says the Magen Avram shel shuvach. He says the shofcha mochiach alav. Aval shar sulamos shall bias aser. Regular liggity loosey ladder aser. The king kasav be bishash. Shmuel, maybe I don't know. V'oziv dafilu bebayis aser letaltalan. V'amegil bebayis lo hefsi. It's like, don't worry. So the Magen Avram is coming here, paskening halacha lemaisa. If you're mekel in the house, you didn't lo hefsid. And you know what? You know what, you guys? Since this is an archaim, and we have access to Sfarim, and we have a Mishnah Brura. Do we have the right one? I think we have the right one. Maybe she'll give us Siyat Dishmaya, Tov Kuf Yud Ches. We do. Let's learn a Mishnah Brura. Mishnah Brura, what a schaz. To end share with a little Mishnah Brura, Halacha L'maisa. We don't have the Aruch HaShulchan, but we're definitely making great strides if we're opening up Mishnah Brura. I remember my Rebbe, Rav Menashe Shmerlovsky in Chispin, would love to, we learned Bava Metzia together, we learned a bunch of Masechtas together. But I remember he would always love to go to the Mishnah Brura when he got a chance, or the Shulchan Aruch. He would always love to go to the Shulchan Aruch, see the Ketchei Sachayishin. Okay. So we're on Dalet. So the Mishnah Brura in Dalet says Mutter L'taltel, right? Your Mutter L'taltel Kedei Lito goes alos, to take the pigeons. The Tzarach Yantav, so V'afilu Ha'ev Shalom Edmo, even if you could have done it Edmo. Mishuvach L'shuvach, right? From Davko Hu Adin Im Omed Makom Acher Shemutter La'amido L'shovach. Right, that even if the latter, it doesn't mean that you can only take it from dovecoat, but even if your dovecoat ladder happens to be at the Schwitz, you can bring it to the dovecoat to get it. Afilu b'rishus harabim, even in Rishus Harabim, Ratzalomar, what does it mean to say? Shehashovachin hayu b'rishus harabim. The dovecoat was in Rishus Harabim. Oh, shemavir asulam derech Rishus Harabim, or you're carrying the sulam, the ladder, the way of Rishus Harabim. V'lo chayeshinan shemayomru shemitaltel asulam l'tzorech asiyas malacha. We're not worried that someone might think that you're doing it to do malacha. Excuse me. The sulamo shel shovachin nikarin umiyuchadin diyadei dilishovacho. Everyone know that he's doing it for the dovecoat. Umari shehechin hayonim miboryom. That it's talking about that he prepared the birds earlier, right? Ubiyonim dimahane hachana. Oh, remember we talked about hachana? We used to talk about that like weeks ago. That'll be afanim shemivorim le'el. That like it explains hachana earlier on, right? Aval sulam shalaliyah aser, but a regular liggity loosey ladder is aser. The aser betiltel says the Shulchan Aruch, and the Mishnah Brura says because if it's just a regular ladder without those sulams there, he's going to say, oh, he's just going to cement his roof. Even if it's a yachid, if it's a regular ladder, it's aser. Right? So the regular loosey ladder, which was aser because of Morris Ayin in Rishus Harabim, so also is aser in Rishus Yachid. Because of a poskim, the poskim say the afilu below tiltul l'shovach acher ragla dozu mikan zel likan acher Also, shofach guso gam gain aser. There are people who say that it's even aser to move. Remember, we saw Rabbi Chia and his sons, and like one opinion is that it was a regular Lucy ladder, and we let the guy move it from Dufgo. He says, go tell them it's aser. And then the second opinion was that there was a case and it was just leaning it from nest to nest, from cubby to cubby, and Rabbi Chia tells his kids, anyways, go out and say it's aser. So that's what he's referencing here. The sulam miyuchadim mitashmish shebifnim abayis. This is a regular ladder that you use in the house, indoor ladder. So there are opinions. There are some people who say it's mutter to use a ladder. What? I'm already 3 minutes over. Okay. So let me just finish up this Shulchan Aruch, this Mishnah Berurah, Rishus. Right? So the Mishnah Berurah, when he's coming to Paskin to us halacha l'maisa mamish, he tells us, oh, by the way, there's a third type of ladder. He says it's the sulam miuchedes l'tashmish bifnim abayis, the sulam shel bayis, right? The inside ladder, right? There's some people who say that it's only the sulam of aliyah. This attic ladder, shehu gadol, that's very big. This ladder, you can go all the way into the roof. You can use it. It's a huge, heavy-duty, lickety-loosey ladder. So they were worried that they're going to say that it's going to cement this roof. Sulam shebebayis. The Mishnah Berurah says there's a third type of ladder. It's the house ladder, and the house ladder. That you can't even possibly get to the roof from it. So it has the din of a ladder that people will know that you're not taking it to the roof. But there are people who are machmir about this. That they weren't makel except specifically in the sulam of the shuvach, because everyone knows that they're for dovecoat and knows what the guy's doing. He's bringing it for the shovach of a low bestam sulam, but not a regular house ladder. Even if it's a small stool, sometimes he'll put it next to like these things that you can climb up onto the roof from it, so they still might think. Indian halacha versus a yachid, you could be mekel. Versus a rabbin, you should be machmir. And just to finish off, it says that it's asur b'tiltol. The Mishnah Berurah says, aval b'li tiltol shari. If you don't actually carry it, it's mutter. La'aloso, you'll have to go up on it. La'aloso, la'aliyaso, to go up to your roof. Or l'shofcha, or to get a pigeon or a dove. Vita shemila shora mechaber mashma. Shulchan Aruch implies the l'chora the sulam shel aliyah din muksa yeshlo. So this is a machlokas achronim right now, that the sulam of aliyah, it's a din muksa. Why can't you go on a regular ladder that you just go up and down on? Because muksa. Aval agra b've'uro, but the gra comes and says in his beer, mitzadeh de'eno muksa. It's not a din muksa. The low azar bistam tildo v'hazaza mikomo, and it's not azar ella tildo shahalacha. You can move it. You just can't walk it. You can't transport it. You can't like transport it to just do a regular mission with it. But it's not like a din muksa. Like that's a machlokas achronim. I'm not going to put it on the chalkboard, but I hope that they're able to see this chalkboard at home, and that people were able to understand the Sweet Torah. Shkayach Gadol, everybody, and I'm ending shir. See you guys tomorrow, Mirza Hashem.